Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is the Apostate Prophet. How is everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a fantastic little time. Let me know if everything sounds all right and looks all right. Hello. I know. I missed going live and live streaming and all that. So I did a little bit of an update to the song, but I'm not sure if I like it. Might just go back to the other one, but just play with the quality a little bit and improve it and all that. Good. Fantastic. Wonderful. So, how is everybody doing? Cam, what's up, man? How you doing? Oh, man. Cam Higby, good to see you here. Hey, if you want to hop on and join me live, just let me know. The context here is that I was with Cam Higby in London and walking around with him, and whenever we talk to people, I would just point at Cam and say, "Hey, this guy's very super famous, by the way," and he would just feel very awkward every time I said it. So now he's doing it to me. What's up, man? I might be live for a while. Just let me know. I'll send you a link, Cam, to to join the live stream. I completely forgot that I was doing that to you in London. I'll send you a link to join, and if you want to jump in later, just let me know, or just click the link. I'll send it to you on WhatsApp. Where are you? Cam, there you are. Okay, I'm sending you the link right now, and you can join at any point in time if you would like to do that. I would appreciate that. I enjoyed hanging out with you guys over there. AP's beating the late allegations. I know I was only like 2 minutes late. Let me see. How much was I late? How much was I late? 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Whoa, 2 minutes, man. You can't call me late anymore. Yeah, so I've been back from the UK, and I've been very tired since I came back. And was thinking there's so much to talk about and so much that I need to do reactions to and all that. But you know what? I normally don't do this, but I decided to just go live and just talk about things as I'm live right now, because there is much to look at. There is much to react to, much to analyze. So I am wanting to do that right here. Gosh, this guy just pisses me off. Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer. So I went to the Tommy Robinson rally in London, and one of the best parts about being at the rally was hearing hundreds of times that Keir Starmer is a wanker. And yes, we can say that. Okay, it's completely normal in Britain to say that. And the music, the singing of Keir Starmer's a wanker. That was one of the most beautiful parts about it. Anyway, how is everybody doing? Name is weird. It is indeed weird. Whose name is weird? Keir Starmer's name is weird. He is weird, and his name is also weird. So I decided to just do a live stream and do live reactions and all that, and I normally don't do this, but if we have at least 50 people watching, that means we have great success. If we can get 50 people watching here, this means huge success. 50 people, come on, let's see 50. Oh, there are 300, okay, anyway. All right, next goal, 3,000. Let's get 3,000 people watching. Look who's back. Dose of Truth, what's up? It was good to meet you, man. It was good to meet you, as always. Black Angel, I'm surprised they didn't block you from entering. I'm trying to keep a low profile while saying stuff like we need mass deportations and stuff. I'm also trying to keep a low profile and not be banned from entering the country. So, Jack Ray gifted 10 memberships. What's up, Jack Ray? Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate it very much, brother. People call Tommy Robinson traitor. I think they're traitors. I have, I have had in the past difficulties with Tommy Robinson. I've had, concerns, things that I disagreed with. Meanwhile, I met the guy in person multiple times, hung out with him, look at what he's doing and what he's promoting and what he's wishing for, listened to his speeches, and all I can say is that he's doing a very noble thing. He's doing great work, and the UK needs people like him, a voice like him that will inspire them to wake up and to do something about their failing country. About their failing country. And when I go to the UK, it's kind of funny. It's almost like the people there, even the patriotic folks, don't even notice or don't even react to some of the absurdities that you see when you are in the country. And I understand, I get it. People are busy, people live their lives, people have work to do and all that, so they don't think every day thinking about how bad the country has become. But it's like, I don't know, you turn on the TV in the UK, you turn on national TV, even conservative, channels, and you have two women from Pakistan discussing with each other over how people should feel about a certain UK foreign policy, for example, about how people should feel about the conflict with Argentina and all that, about the Falkland Islands, about how people should feel about English or British patriotism and all that. It's so weird to watch, man. It is so strange, so weird to watch. And I just want to stand up and tell people, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Why don't you change things a little bit? Why don't you take back your country and reinstate your values and reinstate the things that made your country, that made you great in the past? How about be great again? Our favorite Turk has returned. For calling me a Turk, you will be banned. No. Thank you, Jan Kus the Great. Dode Cam says, AP, meine Frau sagt, du seist eine Kichererbse. Sie hörte deinen Stream mit den 2 Damen. Kichererbse. Welche 2 Damen? Okay, sorry. Which 2 women? Which 2? Oh, okay, because I live stream with 2 women. Okay, I will not translate this into English. I will just expect everyone to learn German and figure out what the super chat says. Hen Johnson, but hey, say hello to your wife. Greetings to her. Grüße deine Frau für mich. Aiden Johnson. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce it. AP, I have a troubling dilemma. If one crosses the Diddy line, is there turning back or is there not turning back? There is no turning back. There is no turning back. I think this is very well established. If you cross the Diddy line, there is no turning back. My name is Gay Stalin. Okay, that's very good. Good says, what's up, AP? Virtual high five. God bless. Virtual high five to you. Virtual high five to you. So I was looking at the posts and that are being shared. And I saw one thing earlier that I thought, dude, I would like to look at that live, actually. Which was... Oh, I didn't even repost it. What a scumbag. I'm referring to myself here. Let's see. Where is it? Oh, yeah, here. We have made plenty of jokes about this in the past. I have made joke videos about this in the past. But sometimes people do not understand that when we joke about these things, about Islamic or Muslim attitudes, that when we make joke videos, when we make troll videos, or when we just joke about them, people don't understand that these are real, actual sentiments. This is a quote from the video. I think the guy speaks in Spanish or Catalan, whatever.
Y es algo muy recomendable.
And for some reason, the subtitles are French. But men without beards might cause indecent thoughts in other men because they look like women. An Islamic scholar in Spain is claiming all men must grow a beard for this reason. What do you think? So let's just play.
que le sale su barba. Y es algo muy recomendable. Es una orden, un precepto que el profeta Mohammed, que la paz sea con él, dio a los hombres musulmanes el dejarnos crecer la barba y el recortar nuestro bigote, así como el vello público
les cheveux et le
de
cheveu
las
de l'axe.
axilas. Esto
C'est
es
une
parte de las
partie de...
enseñanzas.
Yep. So, no idea why I'm playing the audio, but that is basically the quote from the video. And I look at this guy and I think he looks very gay. Don't you guys agree he looks very gay? It's like, you know, if he didn't have his beard, he would look very gay. So I get his point. But I saw somebody here make an AI version of that. This is really the mindset, man. This is really the mindset. The mindset is you have to have beard. If you don't have beard, you're basically a woman. See, I published a video about this. I did a video about this. A very serious video. A shake your booty video. A shake your booty video. Where's my shaky booty video? Where's my shaky booty video? Shake your booty. Shake your booty. Oh, where's my shaky booty video? Let's see. Bismillah. Was it in this one? The beard. Beard. The beard. Yeah, here. See? This was not a parody, guys. This was a very serious. Number 8, the beard. It makes you look like a man. If you don't have a beard, then you are technically a woman. And if you are a woman and you don't cover up, then you are pretty much property of the society. Islam prevents this. It gives you a beard which makes you a man. And if you are a woman, it covers you up so that you are no longer property of all the men out there, but property of only one man at home, alhamdulillah, as Allah wants it. As a man, you can grow your beard like this, alhamdulillah, and signal to the world that you are a Muslim without telling people that you are a Muslim, and thereby distinguish yourself from the wicked disbelievers. Number 9 is... See? Shake Your Booty made this video and people thought it was a joke. It's not a joke. You can see it right here. You have Muslim preachers, Muslim men telling everyone that you have to have a beard in order to be a man. And if you don't have a beard, you might arouse a lot of men. If you don't have a beard, you might arouse a lot of people out there. That's just how it happens. Because people will think men are stupid. I guess the idea here is that Muslim men are stupid. I didn't say that. He's saying that. So Muslim men cannot distinguish men from women unless they have a beard. If you do not have a beard, Muslim men might think you are a woman. And if they think you are a woman, you might get raped. If they think you're a woman, you might get approached in inappropriate ways, because that is the culture. That is literally how it works. It's basic science. It's simple, basic science. That's how it works. Dude, this is very, very, very offensive. What's wrong with you? All right. You should have a stream with Nuxanor. He reacted to your videos and he's based American Jew that recently covered Islam. He also did Al-Zut video. If I make a video with the Jew, then everyone will say that I'm being funded by the Jews, and I would never want to do that. I would never want to do that. I would never want people to think that I'm being supported by Jews. That would be very, very unfortunate. I checked out his channel several times. Let's see. Nuxanor. 929,000 subscribers. Oh, he's one of those people who do these animated figure, whatever that is called, reaction videos. That is interesting. I don't see any reactions to me. I don't know. I only see reactions to Donald Trump. See? You see? If you sent me one, I will check it out. If you tell me which one it is, I will check it out. Inshallah. Inshallah. AP has returned just as prophesied. Alhamdulillah. It is true. I am even directly by name mentioned in the Quran, just so you know. I'm directly mentioned in the Quran by name. And the Quran actually says that people should be following me. If you think I'm lying, I will show you the proof in a second. As soon as I find it, I just have to remember which verse it was. Just have to remember which verse it was. So there are several Quran verses. There are several verses in the Quran, which, for example, this one here. Let's see. I am pretty sure this one here is one of them. A war booty. No, that's not it. That doesn't refer to me. That refers to somebody else. So, for example, here it says, certainly was Allah pleased with the believers. Allah was pleased with the believers. Now, if you don't think that I am being mentioned here, have a listen here. Oh, come on, this is a bad example. That's a bad example. That's a bad example. There was another verse. Let's see. La 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 la. So the word pleasure in the Quran, the word pleasure in the Quran, if I sounded like scam, schmoon. So chapter 3, verse 162. In chapter 3, verse 162, and I'm going above and beyond to prove to everyone that I am actually being mentioned in the Quran. You can see it right here. In chapter 3, verse 162, it says, so is one who pursues the pleasure of Allah like one who brings upon himself the anger of Allah, and whose refuge is hell, and wretched is the destination. Now pay close attention to this. Is one who pursues the pleasure of Allah like one who brings upon himself the anger of Allah? So this is clearly distinguishing those who bring upon themselves the pleasure of Allah, or who pursue the pleasure of Allah, not in the Zut sense, but who pursue the pleasure of Allah, from those who bring upon themselves the anger of Allah. So the lesson here is everyone should be pursuing the pleasure of Allah. But the word pleasure here is being deliberately concealed by the Muslims because they're trying to hide that this verse is actually a prophecy about me. My name is Ridwan, or Ridvan, which comes directly from, which is a Turkish, the Turkish version of the Arabic word Ridwan, which is directly mentioned here in this verse. You can, on Quran.com, have the Quran verse played out, but I can also just go by it letter by letter. So is the one who pursues, and then here's the word for pleasure. Ridwana. See? Ridwan. Allahi. Dude, stop. That's painful. Anyway, so this verse clearly says, is one who pursues the Ridwan of Allah like one who brings upon himself anger. So what does it say? What does this tell you? That everybody should pursue me. Everybody should be following me. This is as clear as day. I can't believe there are Muslims out there who actually deny this. They actually deny this because they are lying. Because they want to hide the truth. Which is why when they translate it, they just translate it as is one who pursues the pleasure. They are lying. This verse is directly a prophecy about me. This verse tells Muslims that they should be following me and thereby leaving Islam and becoming Christians. Alhamdulillah.
أفمن اتبع رضوان الله كمن باء.
I'm sorry, that is really painful. It hurt my ears. I'm traumatized. I have to take a drink of something. Okay. Now I feel better. My ears are bleeding too, just like yours. Good. No, I mean, Keir Starmer's nickname is Gay Stalin. Oh yeah, okay. Muslim beard gate is confusing. Please elaborate more. There's nothing to elaborate. Beards are important. If you don't have a beard, you are a woman. And if you are a woman, then Muslims can pursue you sexually. That's what they say. That's literally what they say. Alhamdulillah. 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 So, how is everybody doing? The Nook's reaction to you is on his Nook's Taku channel. Nook's Taku. Nook's Taku. Oh, that one has 2 million followers. 2 million subscribers. What the hell? Why do some of these old channels have this thing where they have 2 channels that are both huge? Somebody explain that to me. Even some other streamers and YouTubers who came around or came along later have this whole thing going on where they have a YouTube channel that has 600,000 subscribers, but they don't post anything on that anymore. And they also have a different channel that has over 1 million subscribers, and that's where they post everything. Or for some it's even different. Some it's even the other way around. Like they have over 1 million subscribers, but they don't post anything on there anymore. They now have a different, newer channel which has hundreds of thousands of subscribers where they post all their stuff. Why? Why? One for politics, one for anime. They're both for politics. They're both politics. They're both politics. Yeah, all right. I have to see the specific video until I can review it and react to it. There are too many videos. The guy posts something every day, which is what a regular YouTuber should do. Unlike stupid idiots who only post like once a week or so. Like me. Remember the good old days when I would post 2 videos a week? Those are coming back. So right now, what I'm actually doing is I'm moving. I'm moving to be closer to David. I announced at the end of last year that I would be doing that. I also announced earlier this year that I would be doing that. I also announced in a video recently that I would be doing that. But what I'm currently in the process of doing is I'm going to be moving, and will then be living very, very close to David and to Giant DOC. And that's where I will be doing my live streams and my videos. And that's going to be happening next month. At the end of this month, I'm moving. Just so everybody knows, I'm moving. And then it is time to start out making regular content again, because that's what we need to do. That's what we need to do.
Morning.
That's what we need to do. Somebody tag me in this video. Orange the cat bed. Tag me in this video. Orange the cat bed. What's up? Orange the cat bed is an adult female Christian. I'm very, very happy for this clarification. Nowadays, you never know. A clip that was taken from Milk Bar TV. Tucker Carlson laughs at Islamic Jihad, saying whatever that is, as he mocks the people concerned about Islamic Jihad, Hamas, Hezbollah, who voted against Thomas Massey. Let's have a look at that. This guy just keeps getting worse and worse, man. Absolute scumbag.
And when people win in a race like this, there's evidence of it. And that evidence takes very familiar forms. Enthusiasm, joy, and just sheer numbers. Like people show up, they can't believe it. We beat the evil Thomas Massey with his jihadi backers. This is a blow against Islamic Jihad, whatever that is. Islamic Jihad, which along with Hamas is one of the big problems in the 4th District of Kentucky. They've been very, very concerned about Islamic Jihad and Hamas and Hezbollah for a long time in Covington. Islamic Jihad, whatever that is. Islamic Jihad.
Islamic Jihad. Islamic Jihad. You are making a good point. Now, I'm not afflicted with this condition, but this guy should be careful when he talks about jihad because he doesn't have a beard. He might end up getting graped or groped or something. So apparently Tucker Carlson is very confused by Islamic Jihad, whatever Islamic Jihad is. You know, the Islamic Jihad that has taken thousands of lives around the world and that is still threatening Western nations around the world. Islamic Jihad, you know, the thing where people go out and murder people in the name of Islam. Islamic Jihad. You know, that one thing where people go into concerts and blow themselves up and thereby kill many, many people, or where they go and grape women, where they behead people, where they declare that they want an Islamic government, an Islamic state, in order to subjugate the disbelievers and establish Islamic law. Meanwhile, you have disgusting stuff like this going on, which is exactly what I was talking about earlier today, or earlier in the stream, which was literally just half an hour ago. Birmingham elects its new Lord Mayor. Zakir Chowdhury, a Pakistan-born politician, has been sworn in as the new Lord Mayor of Birmingham, Britain's second largest city. The city council ceremony opened with an Islamic prayer. Chowdhury becomes the first Muslim liberal Democrat to hold the position of Lord Mayor in the United Kingdom. The newly elected mayor speaks limited English and prefers to communicate in Urdu. It's so messed up, man. It's like, you know, I spend time in the UK, and Birmingham comes up, and it sounds like one of those things that has just become a joke. That Birmingham is basically just a Muslim or Islamic stronghold and all that. Dude, it is an incredibly important city to British history. It is an incredibly important city. It also happens to be, the second largest city. But let's see, is this on video actually? Zakir Chowdhury. Zakir. That sounds very nasty in Arabic, where it refers to a male genital. Is there a video of him being sworn in? I really wonder. Oh, Birmingham City Council. Let's see what the Birmingham City Council posted. Birmingham welcomes new Lord Mayor as Zakir Chowdhury takes office. Birmingham City Council is pleased to announce that Councillor Zakir Chowdhury has been formally installed as Lord Mayor of Birmingham, becoming the city's first citizen. Born in Azad, Kashmir, Pakistan, and raised in a close-knit rural community, Councillor Chowdhury's early life was shaped by strong family values of faith, service, and integrity. Several generations of his family served in the armed forces, including his father, who was recognized by King George VI in 1945 for his contribution during the Second World War. These influences instilled in him a lasting sense of duty and civic responsibility. Is it true though that he doesn't speak? That his English skills are very limited? I really wonder. La la la. Is there a video of a ceremony? What is this? Is this real, man?
وتعاونوا على البر والتقوى ولا تعاونوا على الإثم والعدوان صدق الله العظيم. Begin in the name of Allah, the Most Kind. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
As you can see here, this is directly British culture on display. Good old British culture. Good old British culture. This is how Britain went and ruled the world. This is how Britannia ruled the waves, the oceans. This is how Great Britain became the empire where the sun never sets. By shouting, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
وتعاونوا على البر والتقوى ولا تعاونوا على الإثم والعدوان صدق الله العظيم. Begin in the name of.
This is directly the stream of the city council. This is absolutely ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. This year, go to Birmingham and enjoy a diverse holiday. People. People. This is disgusting, man. Absolutely ridiculously disgusting. But hey, it's British culture. And as we have recently heard and found out, and as it is always confirmed, tolerance is a British value. Tolerance is a great, wonderful British value. Keir Starmer said tolerance is a British value. Oh, here's another video of this. Let's see. Hang on.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
How does this Instagram play? I don't use Instagram. Can I just move around in the freaking video? I already heard
this. Cited one portion of a verse from chapter 5, verse number 2 of the Holy Quran. A brief message for all of us. And righteousness. وَلَا تَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْإِثْمِ وَالْعُدْوَانِ. And do not cooperate with each other in wrong and transgression. In this verse of the Holy Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Lord Almighty, is guiding us of how.
I want to recognize and thank all those who have made our city great, our residents, volunteers.
That is him speaking. I don't even understand. Here are the results of the latest elections. I thought it was possibly good, in the direction of good news for politics and for. Look at this, man. You have the coat of arms of Birmingham, which looks like this. But then it is being ruled over and dominated with Islamic prayers and the guy who can barely speak English. Leadership, Lord Mayor, Zakir Chowdhury, Liberal Democrats. Managing Director, Joan Roney. In the elections, Reform UK which brings some hope and is they don't want to brand themselves as right-wing populists, but goes into the direction of actual proper conservatism and right-wing populism as it should be. Won 23 seats, the highest number of seats, but you have closely behind them the Greens, which are basically traitors to the country and traitors to all of Europe and the West. Then you have the Labour Party, which are also in a way traitors. Conservatives behind, the Liberal Democrats. Independents, I assume that most of these independents are Muslims, Islamic peeps. Workers' Party. What is the Workers' Party? Is this a socialist, left, conservative political party? Huh. But despite the fact that Reform has the highest number of seats, you still have a guy here who can barely speak English, and you have Islamic prayers presiding over this gathering of a council, which is absolutely embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing, man. Terribly embarrassing. That's also why Momo said the hell is full of women, because even among Muslim women, only few have appeared. Goku, what's wrong with you? Cousin Kazan, for Nux Taco, he does lore. For politics and media. For Nuxanor, he does political commentary and his more critical stuff on touchy subjects. I see. Makes sense. Solidicit. This is Geiger Counter from your Discord. Check in. I haven't used my Discord and haven't checked there in a long time, which I am intending to change very soon. Very, very soon. Okay. Very, very, very soon. In a few weeks. We're building a community. I'm changing things, starting a community and all that, and it's all going to change. Libel, nächstes Mal, wenn du in UK bist, komm vorbei. That means next time you are in the UK, you know what's so stupid? Sometimes I can't think of the basic translations. But yeah, it's just come by. Yeah. I shall. Let me know. Message me. Death Conquered. AP, did you see the BBC article of them feeling sorry for Afghan men selling their children to other Muslims to get out of debt? I did see it. It is ridiculous. But the thing is, you also have to understand, I mean, put yourself in the position of a poor Afghan man, of a poor Afghan family man. You are poor. You don't have money. You don't have food. You don't have anything. Obviously, the first thing you would do is to sell your girl to some other people, right? I mean, all of us would do the same thing. If you're poor and you have a little girl, it's a no-brainer. Just sell your daughter to someone. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. In other news, the Taliban officially legalizes child marriages. Under the new family law, a girl's silence is now considered full consent to marriage. Beast. The regime has ruled that if a mature virgin does not speak out, she has agreed to wed. Aha, and where do they take that from? Where do they take that idea from? Where in the world could they possibly get this beautiful idea from? They take it from none other than the Prophet Muhammad. He said the following. So Aisha, she says, I asked the Prophet, O Allah's Messenger, should the women be asked for their consent to their marriage? He said, yes. I said, a virgin, if asked, feels shy and keeps quiet. He said, her silence means her consent. There you go. If she's quiet, if she doesn't say anything, then go ahead and take her. That's how it works. It's science. Easy science. Human rights groups warn that this will lead to widespread coercion and intimidation of young girls who will be pressured into remaining silent. We are waiting for the inevitable BBC report about Taliban commanders having to sacrifice themselves by marrying young girls due to poverty in their families. I love Visegrad. who are my good friends. Shout out to Visegrad. Madeline here made a good point and said, if a man will sell his own daughters into sexual slavery, imagine what he might do to yours. The BBC portrays an indebted Afghan father selling his 7-year-old twin daughters into sexual slavery with adult men as a man who is forced to make difficult choices.
Abdul Rashid Azimi's home, we're suddenly confronted by the devastating impact. He calls for his daughters. Rukia and Ruhila are twins. They're 7. Abdul is eager to explain why he's making unbearable choices. I'm ready to sell my daughters. I'm poor and in debt. I come home with parched lips, distressed and confused. My children come to me saying, Baba, give us some bread. But what can I give? Where is the work so I can earn? It breaks my heart, but it's the only way to feed my other children, Abdul says.
His boys, I assume. I saw some people say people are too outraged about this. You're not in the position of the man. Think about it from his perspective. You are hopeless and there's nothing you can do. So obviously, the one choice that you have is to, instead of making your daughters suffer, selling them. Selling them. Where are hijab's donations for the Afghans? I don't think he has any concerns about Afghanistan because they're being led by the Taliban, by his Islamist friends. He only has concerns for other. Is he? I don't know. He would probably just donate money to Hamas and other terrorist causes. I would say that. Of course, there is a difference here in culture and in thinking. To a Western person, right? To a person in the West, or to a person who is not of Muslim background, or not of in this culture in Afghanistan, of course, you would say, if my kids are starving, if my family is starving, I would rather die than give my daughters away. I would find some way, I would do something. But in this guy's mind, the daughters don't quite have that same value. And they are actually very valuable as assets, right? It's basically like selling your goats. It's like he's selling his goats. Oh, they have great value. They will be used for sex slavery. They will be used to give away to some other man. And I don't really want that. I don't really want that because I want them to be raised with me and to benefit from them later. And I want them to work for me. But now I have to sell them away. I'm very, very upset. I'm very upset because I have to sell them away before I can make them work for me. It is a different culture. And in this culture, girls are not quite as valued as daughters, but rather simply as property, as assets. And the BBC, with their sick mission to supposedly be objective and fair and just report, which is a convenient thing that they only remember when they report about different cultures, portrays this as a sad circumstance. This guy is sad. He has to give his daughters away. He has to sell his daughters into sex slavery. Oh, how sad. How sad. You should call this guy a coward, an animal, a bastard, a sick, twisted bastard. And maybe what you should do is you should get those girls, right? Bring them over here to a Western country, and in return, send back all the men who ran over here as refugees. If you want to get some refugees over here, take the women, take the girls and bring them over here and kick out all those men who came here by themselves. Every single one of them. All of them, all the men, all the guys who left things behind and who ran over here and they're like, I'm a refugee, I need help. Piss off and bring the girls over here instead to actually protect them and have them live in a proper society, in an actual civilized human society, among actual civilized human beings, instead of whatever this is. Noam, what's up, Noam? How you doing? Hi, AP. I haven't been here in a hot minute. Hope you're doing well, bro. God bless you. God bless you. I also haven't been here in a hot minute. They're normalizing child sex slavery. Yeah, it's quite normal over there anyway. It's a sick, twisted, uncivilized society. I'm really holding back here. Really holding back. So this here is a very nice incident. I think Cam was here too. Cam, where are you, man? Stop taking a shower for so long. Come join me to explain what happened here. So when I was in London, I was hanging around with Stefan from Visegrad, and also with Cam Higby and others. I actually intended to go back to Tower Hamlets, East London, or Whitechapel, with them, but at the same time, I already had a podcast episode scheduled to be done with Winston Marshall, so I had to do that, and I couldn't join them. But when they went over there to this Muslim part of London, of East London, some interesting things happened. I would love to have Cam Higby here to explain what exactly happened, but...
Are you going to let me speak? Are you going to let me speak? What's your channel? What's your channel? Vice Grad. Are you going to let me speak? He's a pro-Israel shill. Oh, Vice what? You have to say free Palestine. Show me. 1, 2, 3. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. You fucking buddy. Fucking. Put me on. You fucking shut up. Get out of here, man.
Israel government. Fuck Israel. Big up Palestine. Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Israel government, if I catch you? How does it even work? What is he even threatening here? Hey, Israel government, if I see you walking around and I catch you, you know what I'm gonna do to you, man?
Fuck Israel. Big up Palestine. Palestine will be free. The Jews, you man are gonna get beheaded one by one. You dirty Jews. Big up Palestine.
No.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah. Tell them.
Free Palestine.
Did you hear that? Did you all just hear that? What's going to happen to this guy? Is something going to happen to this guy? Will the authorities do something about this guy? Listen to what he just said here.
The Jews, you man are gonna get beheaded one by one. You dirty Jews. Big up
The Jews are going to get beheaded one by one. You dirty Jews. He's quite comfortably saying this.
The Jews, you man are gonna get beheaded one by one. You dirty Jews. Big up Palestine.
No.
Yeah.
What are you gonna?
And nobody says anything about it. Nobody interferes. They're quite fine with it. They're all quite fine with it. This is Muslims, right? Let's just be very, very clear about this. This is a Muslim environment. Muslims gathered together. This guy loudly shouts and says, the Jews are going to be beheaded one by one. You dirty Jews. That's what he says. Nobody says a single thing about it. And then he even does a Nazi salute. Nobody says or does a single thing about it. Nobody does or says a single thing about it. But say something about Islam. Try to hurt a book, and you will be in trouble with the law and the authorities. Listen to this bastard again.
Palestine will be free. The Jews, you man are gonna get beheaded one by one. You dirty Jews. Big up Palestine.
And doing a Nazi salute.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
The funny thing about doing a Nazi salute is that if the Nazis were in power, this guy would probably find himself easily castrated. Or he would probably, under these circumstances, go together into one of the concentration camps with the others. Pretty sure that the Nazis would be just as rough to these bastards as they would be to the Jews. However, I would also like to point out another thing here. This guy is acting tough, and here in Britain, going, "Oh, free Palestine, if I catch you." What the hell are you going to do, man? What are you going to do, you subhuman scumbag? You animal. These guys are living here in the UK, in London, as a community of... Oh, there's Cam McBee. Cam, what's up, man? What's up, Cam? Let me see what Cam say. Cam said, "I won't be able to join today, but let's plan to do some streams together." Cam, shame. No, no worries. Let's do something together some other time. Shout out to Cam Higby. This guy lives in London, in the UK, as a minority. He doesn't have the guts or the will or anything to go to his disgusting country that he's from, and is in London, is here in the UK, where he makes himself comfortable, while also hating the native British population, or the local British population, the white people, the Christians and the Jews. Make no mistake, these people who are so in such a raging way anti-Semitic from this culture, they don't just hate Jews, they also hate you Christians. They also hate Christians. And any Christian who has the stupid illusion, the stupid idiocy to appreciate these bastards is absolutely an idiot. They don't just hate Jews, they also hate you Christians. You Christians are next. You Christians are next. If these guys were done with the Jews, they would immediately turn to you Christians. They already are, just not as harshly as they are against as the Jews at the moment. They hate all of you Jews and Christians. And there's a very easy solution to this, right? There's a very, very easy solution to this. If Britain had any sense, there is a very, very easy solution to this. You see all these people gathered here? Get a truck, put them all in there, drive across the border, kick them out, shut the doors, and be done with it. Oh, it takes too much work, too much paperwork, and we have to make them comfortable, and it costs too much to... No. Kick them out, man. Kick them out. They shouldn't be here in the West. They shouldn't be here in your country. Kick them out. It really is that simple. You don't have the responsibility to take care of these bastards. Kick them out. Oh, but it costs too much to deport people. Maybe we could find a way to... No, you absolute moron. Kick them out. I don't care about the cost. You don't have to make it. You don't have to take any costs. Kick them out. Oh, but it goes against the Universal Declaration. Screw the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Kick them out. Listen to your own people for once. Listen to the majority of your own people for once. Of the people of Britain who are sick of this shit. Kick them out. Very, very easy. This is why British people should appoint me as dictator over Britain. I will solve the problem, all of the problems immediately. Immediately. Appoint me as dictator over Great Britain for a short appointed term of 5 years, and I will solve all your problems. And then I will hand it back, and then you can manage it from there. Very easy solution, man. I will take these guys and kick them all out, and I do not care about any restrictions or any formalities. Kick them out. You don't have the responsibility to take care of these people. Somebody else can take care of it. Some other idiots who are stupid enough to take them in can take care of them. This was This was one of the best things about the Tommy Robinson rally. I loved this moment.
Comme vous l'avez vu, nous avons...
Oh no, she's speaking French. Nobody likes French. Not even subtitles, man. Shame. But Collectif Nemesis. This is a group from France that is... I couldn't dare to describe what they actually are, but they are right-wing women who are against Islam. And they did this very, 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 very cool act, which I was there to see directly in person. Hey, look at this. Zara Hussein says, Tommy Robinson unite the kingdom. It was a matter of time before the Islamophobia would start. It's sickening behavior. As Muslims, we shouldn't have to tolerate this in our home, England. Notice what she's saying here. We shouldn't have to tolerate this in our home, England. First of all, this is not your home. However, she made it her home. She made England her home because she came over and comfortably made it her home. Now she wants to decide what you can and cannot do in this new home that she just claimed. Now she wants to decide that you cannot disrespect Islam in her new home that she just claimed. This is what you guys are doing to your own countries. It's not, she's not the bad guy here. She's just plain evil. The bad guys here are those who are allowing this to happen to their own countries. You have to wake up and do something about all of this. Vote for politicians and pressure them to actually take action. And mass deport people who are against British values. And those British values, by the way, do not include tolerance. That's what Keir Starmer says. Oh, British values of it's even what the king says nowadays. The king was giving a speech and talking about how tolerance is a British value. When did that happen? When did that happen? Remember when the British were sailing across the world and conquering through tolerance? Remember when they arrived on the shores of America and established the colonies through tolerance? Remember when they went to the Pacific, when they went to India through tolerance? Remember when they ruled over the continents through the British value of tolerance? When did tolerance become this thing, man? Tolerance is stupidity. You have lots of people crying about it. It's so much fun.
Take it off! Take it off! Take it off!
She got stuck and couldn't get it off.
Hello, London!
This was one of the best things. I think it was actually the highlight of the rally. Oh, I commented on this. I said, deal with it. Islam is evil. That's nice. It's very nice of me. Wait a minute. Liam Tufts just sent me a message and said, trailers up on all platforms. Yeah. Let's see. Liam Tufts just informed me that our interview together, the trailer of it has been published. Let's see. Liam Tufts. Look at this. Look at this. There you go. This is on Liam Tufts' channel now. The brutal truth about Muhammad, why I left Islam with Apostate Prophet. Nice. In this explosive interview, Ridwan, Apostate Prophet, a former Muslim, holds nothing back. Let's have a look. The Quran is always promoted. This video premieres in 22 hours. Nice. Very, very nice. Holds nothing back as he reveals why he left Islam and why he now strongly opposes it. From Muhammad's marriage to Aisha, sex slavery, apostasy laws, and violent conquests, to scientific errors in the Quran and the myth of the religion of peace narrative, Ridwan delivers one of the most hard-hitting critiques of Islam ever recorded. Nice, nice, nice. I loved talking to Liam Tufts. He's awesome. Fantastic guy. He's fantastic as a person, fantastic as a speaker. He also had a fantastic opening at the Tommy Robinson rally, but he just published the premiere, which I should probably share, and which I will put into the description of this live stream, so that the 50 people who are watching this can also go and click on it and find it. I'm just kidding. There are 500 people watching. Okay. Can also go over there and find it and watch it. Wait, let me play this while I'm typing. The Quran has always promoted slavery, and Muhammad himself promoted slavery, and he had multiple slaves, primarily black slaves. It is very, very troubling that Muslims everywhere take him as the perfect example to follow. A violent, intolerant, hateful religion. We should be aware that this is what Islam is.
Muhammad Hijab. Have you debated him?
Very, very stupid. He's mostly a loudmouth. He was specifically referring to my family and said that we are attention whores who would, if confronted by men like him, get on our knees and reluctantly open our mouths to find that we have been defiled.
I didn't realize he was this romantic. Did you decline the blowjob?
I forgot that happened. This is very, very nice. It's going to be awesome. So this is this is going to be live tomorrow. Very, very based. Very based. Very based. But Liam Tufts is awesome, and it was a pleasure to record this. Not as much as it was a pleasure for Muhammad to be visited by the Al-Lut. It's going to be live tomorrow, inshallah. Look out for that. Watch out for that. Watch out for that. I have my own recording of this, which is more high quality. But maybe I should show that some other time later.
It was our event in September. The British government, it's none greater than Charlie Kirk. It was our event. It was our event in September. Our event in September, just days before, where he was murdered, assassinated. Do you know when I was on solitary confinement last year, there was no prouder moment when I sat there and I rang my son, and I'd ring my son, and my son would play the recordings of interviews. And Charlie Kirk gave an interview in the United States where he called on Donald Trump to sanction the British government for their unlawful and unfair imprisonment of myself for playing my documentary. So to Charlie Kirk, I've always been an admirer, okay? We want now, there should be an international Charlie Kirk Day once a year where we come together and we recognise that man as a martyr.
A martyr.
They feared Charlie Kirk because he awoke a nation. He captivated the next generation. He brought them back to Jesus. He gave them faith. He got them involved in democracy again. Right now, we're going to have a tribute. Mike has flown from the United States of America. He's wrote a song. Mike, this is beautiful. This is a somber moment to the United States of America, to Charlie Kirk's family, to his wife. We loved him. The world loved him. Let's honour him.
This is Mike Kavanaugh. I think earlier today actually I promoted his his song, which he wrote in tribute to Charlie Kirk, which is here. You can find it shared on my X or Twitter page as well, which is playing. I haven't actually listened to it, honestly.
What advice do you have for me as I move into adulthood in order to become a more informed and involved citizen?
Well, first of all, thank you for being here, and I have
The thing is, I don't want to play music because I don't want the stream to be taken down.
hope thanks to people like you. How old are you again?
13.
13. Here's a couple things I want to encourage you to do. Learn something new every single day. And focus on what it means to be a good person and a person of strong character. Aristotle said that courage is the ultimate virtue. Without it, there are no other virtues. If people aren't courageous, you don't have honesty. You don't have justice. You don't have beauty. You don't have wonder. And so at age 13, I want you to commit yourself to a life of courage. Courage is doing the right thing when you don't know how it's going to work out. Courage is committing yourself to the correct course of action, regardless of the cost associated to it.
Every human being, I believe, is made in the image of the divine, is sacred, is unique. And if we get away from this principle as we have, we not only have moral degradation, we not only have the collapsing society around us, but it's bad for that being itself. That being itself is unique. That being has rights. And who are we to say, just because we're older, that we get to murder it? Thank you.
You know, we're leaving, or we are allowing certain people like Candace Owens to talk so much about Charlie and who he was and all that. And let's be very honest, she hates and despises and fights against Charlie's family. Not only because she hates Charlie's family and everything he left behind, but also because she actually hated Charlie when he was alive. We need more people positively talking about Charlie and remembering him, who actually loved him and who actually loved who loved his family and what he left behind. Charlie was a great guy. I met him only once, just 2 months before he was murdered, and he's one of the people who are exactly as they appear on camera, they are also in private. He was a brilliant guy. Charlie Kirk was a fantastic guy. I had the great honor and pleasure to meet him, for which I'm very thankful. And he was a great guy, such an inspiration, man, and a martyr.
Talking to your neighbor ain't the same. Now we lost the voice of the age, gunned down in a murderous rage. I don't want a civil war, no. Only God knows what it's for, though. If you're gonna say his name, Charlie Kirk died a martyr, not in vain.
It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Once again, that is what's his name? Mike Cavanaugh. His song, which he's publishing and officially releasing later this week. Fantastic. I heard that that Tommy Robinson said some very offensive things here. Let's have a listen to that.
What would happen if you become a prime minister tomorrow? What would you change?
I would stop Islam. I'd end foreign funding in this country. All the migrants would be taken out of the hotels and sent back tomorrow by the military. I would reverse. I would have remigration. It's time for many Muslims to leave this country if they're not going to integrate or assimilate. It's time to go home. Right? You've got your homes to go to. This is our home. We've got nowhere to go to. We're not allowing it to change any longer. You've seen today.
This is so funny. I saw reactions to this, and the reactions were like, Tommy Robinson said all Muslims have to leave. He wants to kick out all Muslims. Look at what he's actually saying here.
It's time for many Muslims to leave this country if they're not going to integrate or assimilate. It's time to go home. Right?
It's time for many Muslims to leave if they don't want to integrate or assimilate. That's what he's saying.
Integrate or assimilate. It's time for them to leave this country if they're not going to integrate or assimilate. It's time to go home. Right? You've got your homes to go to. This is our home. We've got nowhere to go to. We're not allowing it to change any longer. You've seen today, people are fed up, man. People are fed up.
Fed up. National sovereignty, safety and security.
Yeah, we're fed up.
And national identity.
Thank you. God bless.
Very, very nice. This is, what's her name? Veronica Rogovska. Yeah. La 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 la. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Very good stuff. I just want to watch this again.
Thank you, Duff! Thank you, Duff! Thank you!
Very based.
It is totally based.
Hello, London!
The only bad thing is that then after that she spoke French and nobody understood what she said. No, she didn't. She spoke English, but with a French accent. By the way, we're going to have a live stream later tonight or today. This is only my day live stream. Tonight we're going to have a live stream where David and possibly Inspiring Philosophy, Mike, and Avery God Logic, and also Jai will also join me, where we will review this crash out by Mohammed Hijab, which was just hilarious.
And it makes it off key. Okay, khalas, let the Christians continue sharing their guys. Let the Jews continue sharing their guys. Let the Zionists continue sharing their guys. Khalas. You can't even. The one who does the good, the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah, it's too much effort for you. But Pornhub is not enough effort. It's easy for you, Muslim. Pornhub is okay for you because Pornhub, you go on it. And how many times you go on Pornhub last week? Let's be honest. How many times have you gone? Huh? How many times have you gone on Pornhub in the last 2-3 weeks? Tell me, ask me that. Honest. Last month, come on. Now we're racking up, aren't we? Now, since you've been on Pornhub so many times, but you've not been on the charities. You have all the energy in the world to give yourself a little pleasure and hold your little micro penis and masturbate it. But you can't even, what do you call it? Press a couple of buttons here on the thing. Yeah. No, seriously, you think that your pleasures, the whole world. That's why
he's talking to Muslims, by the way. He's talking to his Muslim audience. He's talking to his Muslim audience because they're not donating enough money.
Dunya karahat al-maut, the love of the world and the hatred of the what do you call it? Karahat al-maut, hatred of death. You're Jaban. You're a coward. Yeah, you're a coward. The Muslims are.
He's calling his own Muslim audiences cowards, saying that they have micro penises and they watch porn all day. We're going to review this tonight with David and IP and Avery, God Logic, and others. Tis going to be fun. Tis going to be fun.
Secure Palestine! Secure Palestine of your own! You can secure Palestine of your own! You can secure Palestine of your own! You can secure Palestine! Secure Palestine! Secure Palestine of your own!
This is a beautiful traditional Northern Irish song which goes, "Stick your Palestine up your hole." It's very, very beautiful. This was happening during a pro-Palestine march. It's a very beautiful, beautiful song. I love this hymn. Anyway, anything else? Pedophilia, Epstein Island, illegal pedophilia, Islam, okay. Yes, exactly. Max, have you ever read Luther's War Against the Turk? Is that his own writing, or is that a writing about him? Is that his letter? I know that he has a letter that is, or that he has a. I read parts of it a long time ago. I think it is from his own letter, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. On War Against the Turk. Oh, it is a book. Okay. Sorry, it is a book. It is a book. I read parts of it only, which were pretty messed up, where he was basically arguing that that the encroachment of the attacks or the invasions by the Muslims, by the Turks, were just a punishment from God, and that people should be more concerned with correcting the church instead of fighting back against the Muslims, against the Turks. I mean, Luther was kind of a lunatic. Who do you think? But it would be interesting to read the whole thing, actually. Who do you think buying children there? Christians, Jews, maybe Jehovah's Witnesses? It's probably Jehovah's Witnesses that are buying their children in Afghanistan. Paul, Muslims vote left. The left won't touch them. I know. And this is what they do. They do that because they want to subvert the population and want to vote in their own interests. They either vote independent Muslims or they vote left. And the funny thing about that is that those same Muslims would never vote for leftist parties in their own home countries, in Pakistan, in Bangladesh, wherever the hell they come from. They would never vote for leftist parties or for green parties in their own home countries. But when they are in the West and they want to advance their own agendas, they vote for leftist parties, which they can use. And the leftist parties often know that they're just being used by the Muslims, but they are fine with it because they think in the short term. So they think we need the votes, we need the power. So they are happy being used by Muslims. Unfortunately, the same problem not only happens to leftist parties, it also happens to certain conservative parties, like the Conservative Party in the UK. Libel, I find it funny when Muslims think the Nazis were great without realizing they already had plans for their demise after they stopped being useful. Yeah, they did indeed. The Nazis, Hitler was fond of Islam as an ideology because of its emphasis on war, but he had no love for the Muslims themselves. And he collaborated with some of them until he would reach his goal and then would subjugate them too, because he saw them as subhuman beings. Renew. PM Ridwan will make London Constantinople again. Indeed, I will. I will make it Jerusalem again. Inshallah. Inshallah. So vote for me or just appoint me as dictator of Britain and I will solve all your problems. Agnostic, not agnostic. That's very Islamophobic. Good to see you back. God bless you. Thank you, and God bless you too. Libel, tolerance, to endure something you know is bad for you. Paul, Turning Point USA released text from Charlie on Blake, Nuff X. Cool. Thank you for helping us in the UK so much. I hope you had a nice time otherwise. God bless you in it, AP Bruv. Well, thank you for hosting me in your beautiful country. I love the UK. I see it as kind of like my home too, in a way, in a sense, for various reasons. For various reasons, which will be revealed further soon. further soon. Has to do with my life and family and private circumstances, which I will be happy to share soon. People are outraged about this. An Afghan migrant goes on knife rampage inside a supermarket. An Afghan migrant identified as Milad Panjshiri entered a supermarket in Bradford armed with a 6-inch knife. He stormed through the aisles, smashing wine bottles, stabbing merchandise, and waving the blade at staff. During the attack, he was heard shouting, "I'm mad with King Charles." So people are outraged about this, and I don't know why, because this is just part of his culture. I know, and I love that song. So the context that people don't realize is that this guy's actually a very helpful guy. Hey, this looks kind of cool when you play it backwards. Look at that. Ooh. 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 I'm enjoying this too much. What people don't understand is that this Afghan man is just, so he's living out his culture and he's actually being helpful and useful. What he's doing is he's walking across the aisle of alcoholic drinks, of wine here, and he's identifying wine that is actually of low quality and is then destroying it. Because he himself from Afghanistan, he's an expert on what wine is good and what wine is not good. So he's just being helpful, and people are being outraged about this. He's walking through the aisles and looking at the wine and going, okay, this one is actually bad wine, and he's destroying it. Then he goes further. He looks at how it drops on the floor. Then he confirms that it was actually bad wine. He goes further. See, he's not stabbing all of the wine. There he has once again identified wine that is actually bad. So he destroys it. Look, this one is bad. Allahu Akbar, Alhamdulillah. That's what he's doing. He's actually being helpful. He's helpful, and this is charitable Afghan Muslim behavior. People just don't understand it. Look, he also looks like a very nice guy. You always want some guy like that. You always want a nice guy like this walking toward you with a knife when you are shopping. If this guy walked toward me with a 6-inch knife while I'm shopping, I would say, hey, thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for being here. How about I can give you my address and you can take all my belongings and also grape my daughters, by the way. It's very, very nice of you to do all of this. Thank you for your service. And by the way, if you know other men who also need to come into this country, tell them that we are happy to include them in our country as well. But no women. Leave the women behind. Only the men should come here. Because you are all well-behaved, wonderful people who enrich our country culturally. Wonderful. How beautiful. How absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yesterday was the Remembrance Day, or the of the concert bombing in Manchester. Speaking of Islamic Jihad, which Tucker Carlson has a very, very difficult time recognizing. Some people may have forgotten about this, but it's good to remember. Good to remember. Manchester Arena bombing. 22 people were killed and 1,017 injured in an Islamic terrorist suicide bombing in Manchester Arena in Manchester, England, on the 22nd of May, 2017. The attack was perpetrated by Islamic extremist Muslim Salman Abidi and aided by his brother Muslim Hashem Abidi at 22:31, following a concert by the American pop singer Ariana Grande. It was nice of them to stick around until the concert was over. It was the deadliest act of terrorism and the first suicide bombing in the United Kingdom since the 7th July 2005 London bombings. Carrying a large backpack, Abidi donated. The most messed up thing about this is, let me find the headline here. What's this guy's name? Just Manchester Arena bombing. The most messed up part about this, the absolutely most messed up part about this is the following here. You guys are ready for this? Security guard avoided Manchester Arena bomber for fear of being called racist. Kyle Lawler had a bad feeling about Salman Abedi, but did not have anything to justify that. And he did not interfere because he didn't want to be called racist. The security guard had a bad feeling when he saw the Manchester Arena suicide bomber Salman Abedi, but did not approach him for fear of being branded a racist, a public inquiry has heard. Kyle Lawler said he was stood 10 or 15 feet away from Abedi, who had been reported to security by a member of the public who thought he looked dodgy. The show 6 security guard, aged 18 at the time of the terror attack, told police in a statement read to the inquiry sitting in Manchester, "I felt unsure about what to do. It's very difficult to define a terrorist. For all I knew, he might well be an innocent Asian male." I did not want people to think I'm stereotyping him because of his race. I know, I guess it's a good thing to keep in mind that if you see somebody who looks like he might be a terrorist, instead of thinking, what if I am called a racist for profiling him, just go and do something about it. It can't be as bad as 22 people being killed and over 1,000 being severely or being injured. I was scared of being wrong and being branded a racist if I got it wrong and would have got in trouble. It made me hesitant. I wanted to get it right and not mess it up by overreacting or judging someone by their race. Maybe sometimes it's okay to judge people by their appearance. That's the most messed up part about it. Yeah, 22 people died here in an Islamic terrorist attack, not including the terrorist himself, who is not a person to be counted. He's a thing, a piece of scum. Anyway, anything else? Can you go on Paramount Tactical to talk about Islam? What is Paramount Tactical? Paramount Tactical. Paramount Tactical. Paramount Tactical. Paramount Tactical. Paramount Tactical. I don't know what Paramount Tactical is. Looks like a YouTube channel, but I don't know anything about it. I would go anywhere to talk about Islam. Talk about how beautiful Islam is. Libel says, "Do it, AP. We already have a song, Jerusalem. I know you do, and it's a beautiful song." Yeah. Ophelian, thank you for starting in a decent time for us Europeans and Africans. I can rarely watch in the middle of the night. I know we're horrible people because we stream at night, but still. Thank you for being here. Little off topic. The Garget tree tune is amazing. What software do you use, please? I have been playing with Suno. Such fun. Keep up the good work. I do use Suno. I do, however, also use FL Studio and other tools to, or just record stuff to create my own tunes, and then create AI versions with Suno, especially if I need vocals. I use a variety of things, but Suno is a nice place to start. Duck Holiday made a super sticker. Thank you. Not my vintage old boy. Yeah. Oh, here's, by the way, a beautiful video of culture in the United Kingdom. Music. Look at beautiful culture in the United Kingdom. It's a beautiful cultural. You can see the cultural landscape of the United Kingdom. All the beautiful culture on display. Beautiful culture. A beautiful culture, beautiful culture. Hey, they were even allowed to dress up as terrorists. Nice. Nice. All right. Afghan migrants who entered UK on small boats or lorries are charged with rape and child sex abuse. This is exactly what the police should be doing. Afghan migration is insane. They are taught to hate the West from birth. Government could have avoided this. Stand up for Britain. This is actually really, really good to see. I personally think this should be done to everyone who says stuff like who holds views that are contrary to the values of Britain in the UK and contrary to the values of other countries in the West. If somebody says Islam is superior, we will take over and all that, do this to all of them. And then kick him out immediately. Nice. Myrmidon. Looking good, AP. You lost quite some weight. Seeing your pictures in the UK rally. Cruces Croatia. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And greetings to Croatia. I did lose some weight because I'm mostly because I have been too lazy to eat regularly. I think that's why. But thank you. I appreciate that. Really, really appreciate it. It's always good to be lazy to eat and to miss your meals because you're lazy. The mind virus of the Brits etiquette is what killed these people. Yep, it is. Thank you so much for all your work. I'm a Christian, says Zivan, and work with many Muslims. I appreciate greatly your work along with David, Raymond Ibrahim, and Ali Tabrizi. Keep it coming. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And shout out to David Wood and to Raymond Ibrahim and to Ali Tabrizi. 3 very fine gentlemen. David also goes by Mike Winner. Real Samuel Johnson, Ridwan, I'd like to collaborate with you on one of these days for an academic exposure of Islamic theology. Where would I be able to contact you, brother? If you send me a message on X, I would look it up, look at it. Or if you send me an email to ap@apostateprophet.com. That is ap@apostateprophet.com. Let's see what else. That's it. Let's see what's going on in the Twitter world.
Canyon. I just discovered that the stars prove Islam is one true religion. Canyon. Do you ever get tired of lying? This is insane. I need you to hear this out. Of course it's insane. That's the most honest thing you say in this video. Is it true that the stars prove Islam is the only real religion?
Absolutely. And why? Because scientists and researchers have spent billions of dollars to get to us basically images that show us that we have multiple galaxies moving farther away and even expanding. Yet 1400 years ago, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَالسَّمَاءَ بَنَيْنَاهَا بِأَيْدٍ.
English, please.
Verily, we have built the heavens, and verily, we expand them. And that is why Islam is the one true religion.
Bro. Yeah, that's not what.
That's not what the verse actually says. That's not what it says. But let's have IP.
The verse says, and no classical commentator says this. In fact, when we look at multiple translations, we can see it most likely refers to Allah making the vastness of the heavens, not that the universe is expanding. As Ibn Kathir said, verily we are able to extend the vastness of space thereof, means we made it vast and we brought its roof higher without pillars to support it, and thus it is hanging independently. So Ibn Kathir thought this verse referred to the heavens being a roof hanging independently over the earth, which is not scientifically accurate. In fact, I can't find one classical exegete who thought this verse meant that the universe was expanding. But if you're going to take verse 47 as a scientific fact, then why not verse 48? As for the earth, we spread it out. How superbly did we smooth it out? Obviously, it doesn't make sense to say that the globe was spread out, and it definitely isn't smooth. So no one's going to take this as scientifically accurate, right? What about verse 49?
It's actually very simple. What the verse is saying is so that Allah created the heaven, the sky. Actually, it's literally just sky, right? It's literally just sky. So what the Quran uses there, it uses the word sama, which just stands for the sky, and it was used synonymously with heaven or heavens. That Allah built it with His strength, and He expanded it, and then He directed Himself toward the earth underneath it, and He spread it out. Let's look at it right here. This is actually just describing the way that the earth was described in many primitive cultures. We, at the heaven, we constructed it. So here's the word. Sama literally stands for, is literally the word for sky, the sky above, or for above. We created the sky, or we built it, or constructed it with strength, and indeed we expanded it. And then, in context, and the earth, we spread it out, and excellent is the preparer. This is not making a statement about the vast universe. It is describing the planet here, or not even the planet. It's describing what people see in the 7th century when they look at when they wander around and look at the ground and the sky. They see the sky and it's like, wow, look at this hugely expanded thing up there. And they look at the earth, and the Quran basically says Allah created this earth and spread it out for you so you can walk on it like a carpet. And He created this, and He built the sky above you without visible pillars that He then spread out. That's literally all this is. That's all this is. And then He created, of all things, 2 mates. But some goat will come here and say, look, this proof that the universe is expanding. You see, this is the proof.
And we created pairs of all things, so perhaps you would be mindful. There are plenty of species that don't come in pairs. So no one's going to take this as a literal scientific statement, right? But if saying that you stretched out or expanded the heavens is a scientific fact, then guess what? The Bible said it first, which then produced a culture that believed this idea, which then influenced the Quran. So this is not a scientific miracle in the Quran that proves Islam is true. In fact, the Muslim apologist Hamza Zortzitz has pointed out
I think that IP genuinely just doesn't know how to say his name, but it sounds so funny.
In fact, the Muslim apologist Hamza Zortzitz has
Zortzitz. It is Zortzitz, but it sounds very funny.
Apologist Hamza Zortzitz has pointed out the argument from scientific
It's all right. I call him Tortoise.
miracles has been debunked, and Muslims should stop using this argument.
I just discovered that
Very based. Anyway, what is happening here? La 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 la. Oh, some protesters resisting arrest and is being beaten. Nice. La 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 la. Man shouted, "I will kill you Jews" outside synagogue and threatened to blow up schools. So what? It's part of his culture. This is part of his culture. Why are people angry about this? Have some tolerance. Respect cultural enrichment and diversity and inclusion. Stop being racist and bigots, man. What's wrong with you? This makes me sick. All right. Let's end this here, and then I will see you all tonight again. Paul Jones, UK police should go to Num 10 and get Keir Starmer. They should. Je suis Charlie Kirk says, renamed this account in honor of Charlie Kirk and Charlie Hebdo, but having to repeatedly explain Je suis Charlie is depressing. Everyone will forget them. A lot of people I know think this is inherent to their race and cite the Sikh knife attack. What is up with that? How to refute that it's inherent? Explain to them the religion and what it actually teaches. But anyway, I will see y'all again tonight. I will be live with David Wood and Inspiring Philosophy and God Logic tonight to talk about the Muslim crash outs, inshallah. See y'all soon. Until then, as always, God bless y'all. And stay away from Islam.
Stay away from Islam. Stay away from Islam.
Stay away from Islam.
Stay away from Islam.
Stay away from Islam. Stay away from Islam. Stay away from Islam.
Stay away from Islam!